Hi, I'm Alan. I'm passionate about life with a capital L. Thanks for joining us on this life-transforming journey. Good day. Thank you very much for giving me some of your time. I will try to be brief. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Alan ter Moorshuizen. My background is I am an architect. I practiced architecture for a number of years. Have had quite a diverse career because I've also got involved in business, both in industry, in production, in marketing, and also briefly in a corporate environment. Out of that, I then did an MBA 20 years ago, and following from the MBA, I got into management consulting, which I didn't really enjoy very much, but I learned a lot. And then out of that, I switched to coaching, which I absolutely love. And I really found the mentoring and coaching model is what I want to do. Enjoyed it enormously, had some success, but then I was persuaded to go back into business for a while. And I'm now finding myself at a point where I'm defaulting back to coaching, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I've had an interesting career. It's been extremely challenging at times, and like most of you, I've had my ups and downs. I've had some massive disappointments, some huge setbacks, and really find myself having walked through that journey, having learned the tough lessons, having dealt with the tough setbacks, being through deep emotional challenges as well as a result of some of the setbacks. I find myself now in a position where I'm able to help people out of my own pain, out of my own journey. And so let me tell you about the big breakthrough that I had that made all the difference in my life, and which I now am able to use to help other people particularly. What happened was I got my first mentoring coaching qualification in 2004. As I say, I defaulted back into business, but ultimately in 2015, I got my first Clifton Strengths coaching training. And that, for me personally, was life-changing. Because not so much from the point of view of training as a coach, but actually my own experience of understanding properly for the first time in my life who I really am. And that was incredibly empowering, because suddenly I had a credible scientific model for telling me who I am and what to do with that. And that was incredibly powerful. The second point is I actually discovered who I'm not. And having grown up in an era where one is expected to be all things to all people, this wonderful rounded person who can do all things and be all things and has no weaknesses, discovering who I'm not and realizing that's actually fantastic, because what it does is it allows space for other people to shine. In other words, if I have a genuine gap in a certain area in my abilities, in my skills, my relational abilities, and I can then look to other people to complement that by calling forth the gold in them, that means we work together in a way where it's a win-win. We all win. But I had the tools to understand that for the first time. And that was incredibly empowering. Out of that, I then have done another coaching qualification in 2016, a one-year American program, which again, enormously enriching, took it to another level. And that has become the basis of what I'm now wanting to do. And I'm really on a mission, because the joy of seeing lives radically impacted by this simple methodology that I've learned. It is relatively simple. And it's not based on trying to be better or trying harder or new formula. It's actually based on insight, on perception, on how we perceive. And when that changes, everything else can follow from that. So I'm now on a mission to share this with as many people as possible, because the way I've developed from there is I have reconciled what I learned from a coaching, credible scientific basis and with what God says. And this is incredibly important. God's made a very clear statement. Jesus said, I have come that you may have life, and life in all its fullness. So what does that look like? we have all sorts of understandings of what it looks like, and for many people it's still confusing, most people I think. Whereas now I have a tool that I can use, and I've thoroughly reconciled what God says about that in all its implications, plus a very practical tool to help people to understand who they are, and I've put those together into a program which I'm now able to run to help you and many, many other people to understand who we are, who we're not, and how we can do life better together, all within the framework which God intended in the first place. So that's where I'm at. The obvious question is, why not continue with coaching? Why call yourself a life architect? So here's the real fun part. I have a huge vision, and it goes way beyond merely, if I'm not putting coaching down, but it goes beyond coaching. Because what I want to do is I want to help people to be fundamentally transformed down to a DNA level. And that is actually possible. You listen to the current thinking on brain science, and the experts are finding increasingly we're able, if we understand how our brain works and we manage our thoughts better, we're actually able to change our mind, our brain, down to the DNA level permanently. And that is profound. So the program that I've developed and that I'm busy rolling out is focused on doing that. And take this scenario, if I'm able to get 5 people onto this program who really get the value, get the benefit, get how it changes their lives, and they start saying, I want to help others, I want to spread this wider, and they each take 5 people. Picture the exponential opportunity there for growth, for influence, for many, many people doing relationship much better, whether you're talking work, you're talking business, you're talking marriage, across the board, every area of relationship. Suddenly people have got a way of doing relationship much better, and therefore doing life much better. And this could grow exponentially internationally as a ground up way of changing things, rather than trying to legislate, trying to have new political solutions. If we start doing life better, doing relationship better, I've got a vision to change the world. That's what I want to do. So the bottom line, let there be life with a capital L, and that's why I'm branding myself as a life architect. And if what I'm saying resonates with you, then please talk to me. I'd love to hear from you, and better still, let's share this journey. It's about sharing, it's about growing together, it's about calling forth the gold in one another, as I've already mentioned. So you're welcome to contact me. Let's chat, let's navigate the way forward together, and let's do life together. Thank you for giving me your time. Have a great day. Cheers.